All right, welcome back. Episode 3 of the Big Dogs of Dungeon. If you're new here, I'm Aaron.
Angelica.
And Sarah.
Nice. So today we're doing a little bit different. We're going to kick it off with some standout lifts of the week, kind of focusing on our Arnold athletes that are going to be competing this upcoming weekend.
One week on the dot. We will be at finals. We'll be at the finals. Well, your show will be done in 1 week.
Oh, true. You'll be done.
Yeah.
You'll be still going.
It's exciting. I will, hopefully.
I'll be
Fingers
at the
crossed.
animal cage. Oh,
yeah.
and at your stage. And at your stage.
Yeah. Are you doing the cage?
No, I'm gonna be at the cage.
I was like, are you gonna be in
yelling?
it? Say, that's fucking sick. It's a lifetime goal, getting to the cage.
Yeah, it's cool.
Okay.
All right, so we're going to talk about some people that stood out to us this week. But once again, a lot of y'all are pretty secretive about your training. So I'm sure there's a lot of cool things going on that we're just not aware of because you guys are keeping it on the down low.
What the hell?
Let us creep.
Yes.
We want to creep on your
do
training.
even better. Just tag us.
Tag us. I want it. We
Yeah.
want to see it. If you want to be shouted out, tag us. Let us know the cool things that you're doing.
Yes.
But who wants to start? Let's go one at a time, round table.
Yeah, there was one just fresh on my mind is Becky Houston. She pulled a 6:15
Holy shit.
PR 9 days prior.
Nice.
6:15, and I know in our last podcast here, you guys asked me, "Oh, what's the highest number you think you'll see?" I said 660, and you guys were like,
660?
"Well, debatable about that."
Yeah.
But 6:15 is pretty close.
6:15 is
With
pretty
a good
close.
peak, I mean, you can add at least a 20, 30 pounds.
Yeah, it's a good
maybe.
training lift.
Yeah,
It's a good final. I'm assuming that's her heaviest.
I was about to say, is that a PR for her?
yeah. She said it's a PR, so 6:15, 13 inches.
Yeah, how to move?
Let's look at it again.
Oh yeah, because we're gonna overlay.
Yeah.
this.
I saw a couple of really big deadlifts from the open women. I want to say a 585 and another 600 plus. So I saw the open weight ladies are pulling some big numbers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It got to her knees pretty quickly, and then near the end, it was a little bit of a grind out. But I mean, that's expected for a PR.
That's pretty on brand for strongman deadlifts, honestly.
Yeah. So cool. Got some big deadlifts.
Big deadlifts.
I guess on theme of deadlifts, one of my standouts for this week, someone that I think we might have forgotten to mention last week, Ashley Morris.
Ooh.
She's
yes.
she's in the 73s, 82s. I should know
82.
that.
82.
She's in the 82s.
Yeah.
Dude, she just pulled a 575,
Holy shit. That's
which
sick.
like stupid. Like
That's a huge deadlift, yeah.
like that's a huge, especially weight class deadlift. I was going through like, because I saw that and I was like, obviously I got to check out like more of her training. Dude, she's looking strong. I think we might be sleeping on Ashley Morris.
At least in the deadlift.
Yeah,
Yeah.
her press is looking good. Just kind of
Press-
following
oh,
her
yeah?
training. She's doing like some CrossFit-y stuff right now. So like watching her, she moves well. I don't know. I think we
Could
might have
be-
missed out on.
Could be a dark horse. I say dark horse, but she just pulled like 575. She's not a dark horse. She's just like, oh, okay, you guys are counting me out. Got it. Got
Yeah,
it. Okay.
Not anymore.
No.
That was cool to see.
So, yeah, you guys have not been posting a lot of stuff, but two of the women in my weight class posted
creeping extra hard on your weight class.
extra hard. I'm like, let me see what you're doing. They posted training dumps of what I'm assuming is pretty much all of their prep in the last 2 days. So I don't know when these lifts actually happened, but Nicola Ann Bennett posted a 250 kilogram frame carry, which is 550 pounds, 550 freedom units, and she carried it for 10 meters, which is 32
real.
feet. Yeah, that's real. Yeah.
Hey, they got you doing math too.
I know.
like
I was
conversion.
I was sitting in the office like, how many feet, meters, conversions?
Oh, okay, that's impressive.
Yeah, I was like 10 meters. That's not even that far.
Impressed, but how impressed are we?
Yeah, how impressed? But over triple body weight frame carry at 73. That's
Huge.
insane. And it moved pretty dang good.
Yeah.
So I was like,
Cool.
holy shit.
Cool. You said two? You said two. Let's just
Two.
go over your.
Oh,
your
go over
two.
my two. So my other one, Jenny Draper dropped all of her training videos, and Jenny's one of those athletes that I feel like gets slept on in weight class strong woman quite a bit. But Jenny podiumed at the Arnold last year. She podiumed at PSL, podiumed at America's Strongest, and she's doing all that and working like 3 jobs, planning shows.
And runs the Sweaty Pig gym, right?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
one of her full-time jobs. She's gym owner, runs a massage therapy business.
have Sweaty Pigs
I know.
on
Look at
there.
us, Sweaty Pig sluts.
Yeah, missed the memo.
But she dropped a bunch of her training footage, and even with all that stuff going on, she pulled a 460 deadlift, which is a PR for her. Back squatted 375, and her overhead is looking real strong. It usually looks really strong. She's a very good overhead, but she's been making these press medleys look real crispy. So I know there's more than one lift. The lift that I was most impressed with, a 375 high bar back squat at 73 kilos. That's pretty stout. That's a really good back squat. I know it's not an Arnold event, but it is an impressive thing to do.
And it's a good indication of like overall strength and how your body's
Absolutely.
functioning.
Absolutely. And then just as Jenny and I are teammates, we've both been RPE 11 for a few years now. That is something that pretty much every single prep Alec has us do. We do a paused. So also it was 375 paused. It wasn't just 375, which is crazier. But at the end of our peaks, typically we get a heavy paused back squat single. And if you PR, it means the rest of your peak has gone really well and everything else is probably on track to hit some crazy numbers. So I got a feeling Jenny's going to make a statement at the Arnold.
Cool.
Yes.
Nice.
Hold on to your pearls, Sarah.
Dude, I never count Jenny out. She's a dog. Jenny's a dog.
All right. You got
All
a few
right.
more? How many more do you got?
I've got two actually.
Okay.
There's actually so many. There's one that is the Arnold, and there's another one. I just feel like I'll go into it. So the Trunch Bowl, Jackie Rhodes. She did. There's just her log. She showed her circus dumbbell. It was a 100-pound dumbbell, 185, which is like not very under, but it's not comp weight. So I'm assuming this is like her final touches for
Yeah, I
her
saw
prep.
that though.
But that log, the way it went to her lap and she like one motioned it up.
Just
like,
whoop.
Did she
Yeah.
Viper that like it was empty?
Yeah.
Dude, I saw that.
That was crazy. And I was like, hold up. And then after that, she has her loading. And like, I'm thinking of things of like, okay, you're an open Arnold weights. Her 250-pound sandbag, that load was just so quick. I think like it's just
Buttery,
lap. Yeah.
smooth.
So I thought, I was
looking
like, okay, definitely pro stage worthy.
Cool. Speaking also in the open class, I want to shout someone out that is actually not typically an open competitor, Lydia Wallace. I don't know if you guys have been following her. I just competed with her at OSG in the 82 kilo class. She is not usually an open girly, but she is taking on the challenge of doing the open class.
Yeah.
So I've been following her training just as, a weight class girl who does open shows. Like it kind of pulls at my heartstrings. And she is crushing it. She hit a 235 axle clean and press, which I know for her is huge. Like she's put a lot of
much?
work. 235.
Oh, wow.
Push
Yeah,
press.
that's nice
Like she
comp
push
weight.
pressed
Oh, she
235.
push pressed it?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Dude, she's
Yeah.
gotten strong. She was doing sandbag loads with 260, like butter.
Oh.
Like she's looking like she's been putting in work. So like to watch her go from the weight class show to jumping into the open Arnold and like hitting big girl weights is like that just makes me happy.
Yeah, those are some big numbers too. 235 push press.
That's strong.
That's strong. That's you have to have strong
And
triceps
she
to do
was
some shit
in
like that.
82 prior or 82.
Yeah, she did 82 just last show with me at OSG. I think she did the 82 PSL
I'm
last
loving
year.
actually. So we got a few of the weight class. Nadia, Lydia, Claire. I mean,
Yeah.
I know Claire's masters, but still coming into the open. Like,
It's cool.
It's a really cool mix going on there.
Cool. You said you had one more?
Yeah, one more just because I just think every time I see her post, she's always posting something crazy. I don't know if you've heard of this girl called Cassandra Anergren. She's 22 years old. She just pulled 530 for a deadlift from the floor.
Oh,
And I competed with her at the Natural Worlds this last August.
okay.
To me, I think she's like an up and coming. Like I just want to follow her. She's 22. I went back a while back, and like I think she's been doing this since she was a teenager. Her dad's a strong man. She's
Oh,
like
so
the
cool.
Bubba Pritchett. I kid you not. That's what I feel like. She's
Yeah.
like the Bubba Pritchett of strong woman right now, and I feel like
All right.
keep an eye out for
watch
her.
out
Yeah.
for.
Give her like 5 more years or maybe less, but like 22, like
That's crazy.
I couldn't even imagine what was I doing at 22. Definitely not taking this seriously. I didn't even know about it, but like,
At 22, I think I probably would have been pretty stoked with like a 315 deadlift. Like that was beefy at the time.
Yeah. Yeah, my deadlift wasn't very good when I was 22. I was an Olympic weightlifter, and Olympic weightlifters notoriously do not train their deadlifts as hard as they should. So I think I could squat and deadlift, like back squat and deadlift the same number. Yeah. I could back squat 315, and also I drop it on the floor, deadlift it, and it was a 1 rep max.
Cool. All right, my final shout out. I got one more.
Okay.
I want to shout out Lucy. I saw that she just hit 265 on her log. Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
The main show, which, I mean, obviously we have some monster pressers in that show, but I think Lucy historically has not been the strongest presser. That's something that she's really had to work on, and has held her back a little bit. So to see her hit a huge PR, 265 on the log, when the Trump log is 270 at the show, puts her in contention to be on that heavier log, which I know for her is huge. And so just seeing that, like, dude, if Lucy gets good at pressing,
I know.
that's
a problem. That's a problem. It's good points if she gets one, too.
Yeah. No, it'll be really good points just to get one.
So that's huge. That was cool to see.
Yeah, that was.
So, cool. All right. Any final standouts? People you want to talk about this week?
There's everyone's.
Dude, there's so many.
I know there's
so
actually
many.
a lot. I can actually two more popped up, but yeah.
You start getting into peak week, and everyone's hitting PRs.
Yeah.
Everyone's doing really impressive stuff.
And it seems like people are a little bit more comfortable with posting their stuff near the end of their prep.
Yeah.
Maybe confidence-wise or...
That's when you hit your PRs.
Yeah. However, I also want to throw out there, because I know a lot of people are probably feeling bad at the end of their prep, to remember that people are posting the things that are going well, and most people are not posting the things that are not. So, as a athlete perspective, I would encourage you to not let that get in your head. I know we all do that a lot when we see people hitting like huge numbers. Just to keep that in mind, because I think it's also normal to feel a little beat up right now.
Oh, absolutely. You should feel beat up. It's like we talked about last week or last episode.
I think
if you go to a show and you hit PRs in every single event, you've won.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's all you can do.
I'm pretty sure I failed all my lists this week.
Yeah, we've all been there. It's the last week of the prep, and you're just getting crushed. Yeah. Yep. You guys ready to get in this Q&A?
Yeah.
All right.
You got some fun questions.
You guys sent in
We
some
do.
questions for us. Let's go around and pick. You want to pick your favorite that you got?
My favorite. Well, okay, so I've got a two different categories of questions. I've got a couple of good, serious questions, and then I've got some just off the wall, silly questions. And then the boys also came after me in the in my Q&A, as good friends do. If your friends don't roast you, they're not your real friends.
See, that's the whole point of having friends.
Exactly. So, you guys want to start off with a silly question?
Let's start silly.
Yeah.
All right. My first silly question, which I think is actually really good. What is your WWE-style intro song? And I already have an answer for this because it's been the same for, 2 or 3 years.
What is yours?
Mine is Shania Twain. Feel Like a Woman, because just imagine you're at the Arnold, all the lights go out, they got the little spotlights going, and you go do 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 do, and then I come out.
Dude, everyone would be raging.
That's good. All right, so I actually never really liked WWE. What is a WWE style like?
Kind of like that. Like it's kind of like it's same thing with UFC. So the lights might go out, or you have fireworks or pyrotechnics. It's a huge grand entrance with a walkout song.
Kind of think. I mean, it's kind of like a Giants Live.
Yeah.
Okay.
Same thing. Can't believe you didn't watch WWE growing up.
I haven't either.
That's core. That's like core middle school.
I was just anti it. Like, I don't know.
I have never actually watched it. You know your song?
No.
I'm going to go completely different vibe.
That's
'Cause
okay.
I feel like we have very different vibes. Like, that wouldn't go with like the war paint and the blackout contacts.
It would be hilarious,
it
but
would
it
be
would
funny.
not.
It would not go. I'm going to go with Wolf Totem. You know what song I'm talking about?
Nope.
Maybe we can like do like overlays or something on this so you can see. By the I don't know the HU, I think. Which actually I had the same walkout song for a long time, and then I got that idea because Evan Singleton has, speaking of WWE, has a gift and likes to match athletes to their walkout songs that he like pictures for them. And I thought I knew my walkout song was all this time, and then I was like, well, what would you pick for my walkout song? And he picked that, and I listened to it, and I'm like, Damn
on
it,
brand.
Damn it, you're right.
Damn,
on
I gotta
brand,
message him. I
yeah.
gotta message him.
So you should ask him what yours should be. He probably
Yeah.
already has it in his head.
If I ask Ned, she's like, the Moana soundtrack. She's always, she's always clowning me for that. I don't know.
Holy buckets.
But the first song that came to, it's just because it's so nuts. But Bust Down Tatiana by Blueface, which is.
I think I know that one.
I know that one, and I'm imagining you walking out to that song.
I just think it's funny. I don't know why that song popped up, but that song popped up. So
Do you do a dance move as you walk out to that song? That's what the world really
in
needs
my
to
head.
know.
Yeah.
No,
not
in
in your
real
head.
life. That's the WWE part. You like do something as you come out for the people to see.
Yeah.
You put on a show.
Yeah. Put on a show for the people.
All right. Next question. We'll start with some easier, some fun ones before we get into like having to think too much.
Oh, gosh.
Have someone that wants to know a few things from each of us.
Oh, God.
Our max box jump, mile time, and SBD totals.
Oh, that's horrible.
What? Brother, you know when the last time I ran a mile was? Last year, but still.
You actually run semi-regularly.
When I was last year before I got hurt, I went on I wasn't posting about it very often, but I was starting to dabble in some running just because the possibility of me being in a recruit school for a fire department out here became very real.
Yeah.
And they love to run. So it's like, well, if I had to show up and I can't run 3 or 4 miles, I'm going to be in big trouble.
Yeah.
I want to say I ran a mile the very first time I did a run just to see if I could tolerate it and see if. So I had, fun fact, I don't know if many people know this, but in 2024, I had pretty severe nerve damage in my right leg, and my right calf didn't work for several months. So it would cramp up and not fire like it was supposed to, even last year when I was running. And I would run, and it would be sore for a week after I would run. So I ran a 9-minute mile on that thing, and I thought that was pretty good.
That's crazy.
pretty good.
Yeah.
All things considered.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not answering this one.
You're not answering that one? Could you run a mile right now?
I hope so. I'm signing up for a 5K after this Arnold. So.
That's right. I forgot about
Are
that.
you doing a 5K?
When is that? I forgot. Let's talk about that.
Yeah.
This is a new ambitious goal of mine after the Arnold. I've never done a 5K.
Okay.
So we'll see.
Have you been running or prepping at all?
No, I'm focusing on the Arnold.
Yeah.
And how is
Yeah.
it the weekend after?
No. This is
Oh,
like
wow, that's really
no,
close.
no,
I was about to say
no,
that.
that's-
Like
I need like
bold.
2 months. at
Okay, I
least
thought you
to
meant
prep.
like right after.
Oh
like-
heck no! I wouldn't do that to myself.
Okay, that's fun.
I know I can walk a mile. I walk my dogs like 23 minutes.
Okay.
Okay.
That's a start. That's a good
All right,
place to start.
Starting place. 23
Starting
minutes.
place.
Yeah.
I've actually been running quite a bit.
I was about to
recently.
say, you've been doing a
Yeah,
lot of
you've been doing a
cardio.
lot.
I've been doing a
running.
lot. I did a mile a couple of days ago, and my mile time was 7:57.
Holy buckets.
So that was my most recent
Sheesh.
mile time.
My
So-
best mile time was in high school when we had to do it at the end of the year,
Yeah.
and it's like you have to get under 12 minutes. I got it like 11 minutes 50 something seconds.
Nice.
Nice.
That's better than 23.
Yeah.
That's your
Yeah.
starting point.
Yeah, that was in high school. That was like 10 years ago now. 13.
That's still pretty good.
That is pretty good. Box jump.
Okay, so as a strength coach, I actually don't really like maxing out box jumps because I think it defeats the purpose.
Really?
So I don't do them. I do box jumps, but I don't do max box jumps, and it's because a true max effort box jump is not a very good indicator of how high you can actually jump.
What
It's
is?
how
It's
much
a
you can
real
tuck your knees in.
Yeah, it's a really
okay.
good way to show like, oh, I can jump and I can pull my knees to my chest
Really
very
fast.
fast, and I'm really brave because I can jump on that box.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you say a straight leg would be more accurate, or?
Or just a vertical jump, a tested vertical jump, which is kind of hard because you don't go to a lot of gyms that have the setup for that.
Yeah.
So while I do understand the concept behind the question, I'm going to be honest, I don't do max effort box jumps. They can be dangerous.
Yeah, I
be
wiped out this
really
morning.
dangerous.
I had box jumps this morning. And
Yeah.
I busted my shin open.
Yeah.
Don't like them.
So could I get up on like a 40-something inch box? Yeah, I could. I'm not going to say I haven't. That would be silly. I've definitely done some things that I don't recommend my athletes doing, but yeah, don't max out your box jump. That's silly.
Yeah, I haven't in forever.
Yeah.
I have been doing a lot of plyos recently. I guess the most recent similar thing is I've been doing depth jumps to single leg box landings. And I've been doing those to 34 inches.
It's just pretty freaking good. You guys should try that. It's a lot harder than it. It's a lot harder than it looks.
I also ate shit doing that this morning.
Oh,
but I had more successful reps. Than
hey,
the
there you go.
so I've been doing that recently. I think because obviously I've maxed out my box jump in the past. It's been years because likewise, I don't think it's super valuable. I want to say my best ever was 42, but it's been years since I actually tried.
I think mine is 24. Whatever you get
Hell
that box and you put it to the side, that number.
I'm pretty sure that's 24.
Yeah.
So,
So I guess more probably relevant for us, SBD totals. Which if we're talking like powerlifting style rules, I don't know because I haven't done a powerlifting style deadlift in a hot minute.
Let's just say
Probably like
just
405
deadlift.
for me.
Yeah, let's just say deadlift. Strongman style deadlift.
Yeah.
And let's go
Pitching
with our
and
best.
straps.
So what are your best ever? Like
Best-
not can you hit not right now, but what have been your best squat, bench, and deadlifts ever?
Best ever. Okay, well, it's kind of cheating because in Strongman, we love equipment. We love equipment. But in the PSL train up, I back squatted 440. So that was pretty cool. I really like that. Without briefs on, I have squatted I'm trying to think what 190 kilos is. I'm pretty sure it's 430. Pretty sure.
Yeah. I think that sounds right.
Something like that.
Something like
430.
that. Do the math if you want.
Yeah, best bench press is 250 because I don't know about you guys. I come back from a show and I do a heavy bench press
Yep,
single.
hell yeah, brother.
Hell yeah, brother. Just because I know
Just
I
to
can
feel
get
something.
away, just to feel something, just to do something silly. And then my best deadlift is 505. So that was pretty cool too. Yeah.
Dang, man. All right, so I never max out. It's never in a program unless it's a show. So last time I maxed out a squat was like 485, like 2 or 3 years ago. Deadlift was 601 at the last Arnold, and then bench. Oh, that's so sad.
I know we've benched together a few times.
I know when I heard Sarah's bench, I was like, damn. let me go try it again now.
We go match our benches right after this.
Maybe next Sunday.
It's like 245.
yeah.
Next
Sunday.
after this, Arnold.
Next Sunday. Yeah. We'll leave and immediately go to a gym.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Yeah, so 245 bench.
Okay.
Which is, yeah,
But if you never do it,
never. My
It's a skill,
my
too.
overhead is like, can you ask what's our overhead? Can we ask that question?
No one wants to know. No one wants to know what you bench.
no. I do strongman. What do you bench press?
Damn it.
Bangs head on microphone.
All right,
What about-
my best squat is also 440.
Nice.
Deadlift 561 at the Arnold last year, and then my best bench was 300. It's been a couple of years because honestly, I hit
Big
300,
Big.
and that was like a milestone for me. And I was like, you know what?
I think it was here when you did that too.
Yeah. I remember seeing
was
the
good
video of
enough.
that and just being like, holy crap, that's crazy.
Yep.
Because you don't really train bench press and you weren't
No,
then,
it was the
right?
same
you were
thing.
just,
Like right after a show, it was like after
Yeah.
OSHE. I'm like, let's see what we can bench today.
yeah, it's just fun. It's just fun.
Which
Which
is-
is fun.
yeah.
The
Like-
week after you compete, you should just go do something fun.
Yeah, which is kind of
Not-
cool because I hit that without training, and my first thought was like, dude, I think if I trained for it, I could bench 400 someday. Like if I like actually,
So you're gonna be a powerlifter?
trained,
You're thinking of-
but it's just I'm kind of bored of it now. Honestly, I have not benched heavy again since then. That was like 3 years ago.
I mean,
and my
I-
shoulders are so like cranky
Yeah.
now. It's just not. It's not worth the injury risk
No.
for me now to bench heavy.
No, I bench press heavy maybe 2 or 3 times a year. And then other than that, Alec likes to do a lot of dumbbell work. My shoulders don't seem to be a big fan of dumbbell work though, so we don't do a lot of bench. We do literally just enough bench pressing and horizontal pressing to keep my shoulders healthy.
Yeah,
And that's it.
cool.
We don't need it for this sport.
Not really. Until we get like a Shaw style.
Standing bench
Smo.
press? Yeah, but the standing
different.
bench
Then
press
I'm
feels
cooked.
good.
It does.
No, it feels good. You would be good at it.
You would be good at it. So, all right, want to pick a question? What do you got?
all right, are we still doing funny or serious?
Whatever you want. Whatever your heart tells you.
Yeah.
All right, well, this one is a funny one. This is from Morgan Irons.
Okay.
With the Scream 7 movie coming out this weekend, I thought of asking, based on the Arnold lineup for men and women, who is most likely to die first and most likely to survive? right, let me be real. I'm gonna die first. Like I've always thought about this. I don't know if I have it in me, like a zombie apocalypse, like to be the Walking Dead. Like I just don't know if I have that in me to like go and scavenge the land and.
You think you're out of there?
I mean, Nez is gonna trip.
Yeah,
That's true.
All right, so I'll be second.
That's true.
I'll be
So
second.
Nez, AJ, and then who makes it to the end?
Ooh, who's making it all the way from the ladies?
Ooh,
Hannah.
nah, Hannah, nah.
You
don't think?
Dude, she's scrappy.
She is scrappy. But I'm thinking like quick. Who's gonna run away the quickest?
I think Hannah squares up with the guy
Dude,
and
she's-
Yeah.
kills him.
Dude, they're just gonna fight.
Yeah, I think Hannah fights him.
She is
It's
the
a
most
completely
savage
different
one.
story.
Yeah.
You're right. She is all right. I can give you that.
Yeah, she fights him and she
yeah.
wins.
Hannah's gonna survive.
She ends the Scream series.
That's over.
All right, and for the men.
For the men. Dude, we've had so many dropouts now. I don't even know who's on the lineup still.
So the Americans and Mitchell.
Oh yeah, it is all
Yeah.
Americans in Mitchell now.
Yeah. All right. Who's dying first? Who's the slowest?
Who's the slowest? That's a good question. I don't want to hurt
I
anybody's
know.
feelings. Who's the slowest?
Or who's gonna do some dumb shit? Dude, I think Martins
Nick
is just
could
gonna.
survive.
I think Martins is just gonna try to joke with him at the wrong time.
Yeah.
He's gonna crack some jokes.
He's gonna make fun of his mask.
That might not pan over well. Who's making it?
I think Nick.
Oh
Nick?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's
I could see
pretty
that.
athletic.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's fast. He seems like he could be combative.
He's pretty smart. Yeah. And he's smart too.
All
So
right.
who's dying?
Who's dying? Everyone.
Dude, everyone else.
One of the big boys is gonna die first. They're gonna run out of gas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Sad.
Sad.
R.I.P.
All right.
All right, we're going
You're up
silly
next.
or serious?
We did two silly ones. We could do a serious. Oh, actually,
Just
yeah,
Let's
whatever.
go off of vibes.
Go off for the vibes.
Just go off of
Yeah.
vibes.
I got some. Let's see. All right, serious one. How do you find motivation when you're not motivated? This is a serious one.
Yeah.
We have to think for this one.
Don't rely on motivation. I guess is the first one. I like to reflect on some of the most exciting moments in my career, and the one that often stands out to me is competing at World's Strongest Nation. Like, that was such a cool experience, and standing on top of the podium there with like a full crowd, and just thinking about how that moment felt.
Mm-hmm.
And I ask myself, would I be okay with never feeling this again? And so,
That's a good one.
And so
Yeah.
far, the answer has been no every time. And there might be a time in my life where the answer is yes, and I'm okay with that, and I've done everything I want to do, and I can peacefully move on. But until I can honestly tell myself that I'm okay with not feeling that way again,
Yeah.
that keeps me working.
I think that's so crazy. I feel the opposite.
Really?
And I think of every time I've lost, I'm like, I never want to feel that shit again. I better take my ass to the gym.
Yeah.
And that's how I think of it. I think of like, oh, that sucked when I didn't do well. That sucked when I missed this, and that sucked in. And that's what's sort of like, all right, if I want to lose again,
Then I gotta not do.
yeah.
Yeah, I gotta get my shit together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's sort of what gets me going in, or like, I can't let Nez win again.
Can't let that-
Can't let Nez win.
yeah.
Or at least not give it to her easy. So
Yeah,
that's
make her-
A little healthy rivalry helps too.
yeah.
It does. It does. I think for me at this point, I almost don't know how to function if I'm not training, and if I'm not training for something. So it's come so ingrained in who I am, what I do, how I function as a person, that I, even on the weeks I'm not supposed to be in here, like maybe the week after a show, I still want to come in just because I want to hang out with the crew. I want to catch a pump, max out my bench press. And then I pull a little bit from both of those. So that feeling when you do something really cool at a show, that massive dump of adrenaline, feeling the crowd get excited, I love that feeling. And I love competing too. I love showing up, hanging out with everyone. So I chase that feeling, and I've chased it. I've chased it for over a decade now, because I'm probably a little bit addicted to it. It gets a good feeling.
Yeah.
And I've also felt the other side of that, and it's like, well, why did that happen? Oh, it happened because I skipped my accessory work, or I wasn't sleeping like I was supposed to, or I was letting things distract me. So I think I pull a little bit from both, but the biggest thing is that over the course of time, the things that I needed to accomplish to feel the good feelings and not feel the bad things have just become a habit. So it's not something I'm motivated to do anymore. It's just we train because it's time to train, not because I need to watch a hype video and go do something,
Yeah.
I think just like making it a part of your routine. Like people ask me all the time, like, oh, how do you like find the motivation to go to the gym? And it's just part of my routine. It's like brushing my teeth or like paying bills. Like I don't pay bills because I have to pay bills. It's just a thing that I have to do for the life that I want. Like I don't think about brushing my teeth every morning. It's just a thing that's part of my day. And so like just going to the gym at a certain time, I have that routine. It's just part of my day.
Yeah. It's Tuesday. We're going to go lift weights.
And I don't want to say like my rivalry like feels me exactly, because I feel at the end of the day, at certain points you can't depend on other people to fill your training. I don't want to emphasize on that. And even like seeing other competitors do well, like that feels me like, oh, if she can do that, I can do that. Or if she's like, doing these massive weights, like, oh, that's a possibility. Now that seemed impossible. It's possible. She's doing this in training. Oh, that's crazy. I can work harder to get there too.
Exactly.
So it's not some complete rivalry. Sometimes they do motivate me in good ways.
And just one last thing one thing I think people will find is that, let's say you're having a day where you're not very motivated. You absolutely do not want to go to the gym. Work's been stressful, whatever's going on that's got you stressed out. If you just go and you start moving around, you'll find that motivation is going to come back pretty quick. And maybe you're not going to hit lifetime PRs. It may not be the best session ever, but you're going to move the needle a little bit. And that is going to help keep pushing that pattern too. So even when you're not motivated, if you just keep showing up for yourself, it'll all work out in the end.
Great.
Woof.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, back on the shenanigans wagon. Unless you want to do a serious one, you can do whatever, wherever the vibe takes you.
Wherever the vibe takes me.
Yeah, you have a lot of questions.
Ooh, dude, I have so many. We're probably not going to get through all of them today.
Nah.
3 each. Call that good. There's so many. All right, let's go with how do you decompress after a less than awesome training session?
It's toxic.
me being like, oh, do I really want to talk about this on the internet? Ooh, man, when I have a bad training session.
Where's the Dr. Pepper?
Crack open a cold one.
Dude, there's been so many times I get home after a bad training day, immediately open the fridge, and I don't drink during the week. And if it's within 8 weeks of a show, I don't drink at all. So I'm like, boy, tonight's a 2 or 3 Dr. Pepper night.
Just gotta feel like you're.
Yeah, I just want to feel something.
Yeah.
But a lot of times, I'll just jokingly tell Alec that I'm gonna cry on the way home, and I don't. Sometimes.
I do sometimes.
Yeah,
I cried this morning after training. It's fine.
Big dogs cry too. But for me, it is. I come home, I crack open a Diet Coke, Dr. Pepper, or whatever I've got in the fridge that week, and then I watch whatever brain rot show that I really like that just takes me out of that moment and takes me back to just being at home, relaxing, and then get my mind ready for the next training cycle, because it's just one day.
Yeah.
And I have also found/heard that your training should be, a 30-year training should be really, really good. A 30-year training should be pretty average, or just checking the boxes. Then a 30-year training is probably going to be a shit show. And that's okay. We all have bad days. Dude, I had 2 log sessions during this pretty early in the prep where I did not even come close to hitting the last log from the press thing. I was blacking out at 175. I know, that's 80%. I was blacking out at 80%. And I cried a little bit, and it's okay.
So we just got to cry about it. That's all right.
Gotta cry.
Because obviously we don't want to fail in training. That's never the goal.
No.
But I think anytime you're pushing yourself to do things that you've never done before,
it's not
gonna be
always
hard
gonna
sometimes.
Yeah, it's not always going to be perfect, and that's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about you?
My coworkers follow me.
So do mine. So do mine.
Share as much as you want.
Yeah.
No, I don't drink or anything like that. I don't really like. I started like honestly once I leave the gym for the most part. It's sort of like all right, whatever. And as long as I'm in the building, I feel those emotions. But when I go in my car, I just play some music, and then it's like an hour drive from me from here home. So normally by that time, I'm just like tired. I just want to go home and eat and
Sleep it off.
sleep it off. Go see my dogs, and then I'm like, all right, I'm pretty chill. Like after like when I leave the door, when I get to like unless it was like very few times I count on my hand where I went home and I like cried. I've never cried about it, but where I've like sat on it too long because I think it's also training that is also training your mind for a comp. Like at comp, you can't go and sit and sold about it for too long. You gotta move on. So
It's actually something I've tried to be really mindful about in my training recently is treating it like a show.
yeah,
And like just because something didn't go well doesn't mean that the rest of the training session has to also not go well. And like allowing myself to be frustrated. Like if I miss a lift and it pisses me off, like let myself be pissed for a few minutes. That's okay. But then like mentally regroup, like and think like, okay, why did that go wrong? What can we fix? Move on to the next thing and kind of trying to practice that competition headspace of like, if an event goes poorly in a show, the worst thing you can do is dwell on it and have it affect the rest of your event. So like same in training, like it's really easy to miss a lift and then go through the rest of the session like pissed off and like let it ruin the whole session. And so trying to like break while it's happening and kind of regroup and move forward.
Super important.
I think has helped me have less bad training sessions. I've had like bad lifts and like things in my session that didn't go well, but trying to avoid letting that become a bad session. And then I think also having coaches that you can talk to is super important. Like a coach that I can call and like talk about what happened and actually have objective conversations about why.
Yeah.
Like, okay, what are 3 to 5 reasons why today maybe wasn't ideal?
yeah,
And look at it through that lens of like, it's not that I suck. It's that I only got 6 hours of sleep last night, or like my nutrition was off, or
and sometimes I like to make light of it by just saying I just suck today and like just
But like, that's what's important to talk to the coaches because like there's some times where it's like, you know what, we as coaches knew that was going to be a stretch, and also the fact that you didn't hit it is fine. And like having that conversation where they can reassure you that it's okay is important too. So. Cool.
all right. Quick one. When's the next podcast with you and Aaron and Sarah? Right now.
Right now, it's happening.
Oh, favorite go-to mobility exercise or stretches?
For what?
Or is that the whole question?
That whole
Actually-
question?
Yes.
That's a hard question.
All right,
'cause
let's just
there's-
make it quick then. What's your favorite mobility exercise in general? Like, what's something like, oh, I could do this every day
I
for
hate it
fun?
all. I hate doing mobility work. I don't like any of it.
Yeah, I'm not a big mobility work fan, but my favorite one that I warm up with pretty regularly and it keeps my hips feeling really nice. We have one of those really nice rear foot elevated split squat stands here. And so I'll take one of those little blue Airex pads and sit it right in front of it, and I'll use that to do a couch stretch. And then I'll do a rear foot elevated split squat isometric, and then I'll do split squats to warm up. My hips always feel so much better after I do that. So I would say either that or I've seen you do this one too, the hip flexor sit-ups where you pin your foot under a kettlebell or a dumbbell. You sit on the edge of a bench. You lean back like you're going to do a sit-up. That always makes my hip flexors feel really good too.
Oh, I got to try that one.
Yeah. It
They're
feels
real
nice.
nice. They're real nice.
It's like as a loaded stretch, it like helps get a little deeper into it.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of loaded mobility work versus just static stretching. I don't want to really open up. I'm not a big fan of static stretching before I train because I don't want to open up a range of motion that's not very strong. Getting in the weeds of some science here, but it's a good way to get hurt if you do something like that. If you open up a range of motion you have not built strength in. So I like to do loaded mobility before, and then I'm going to be honest, I don't really stretch after I train.
I'm bad at that too.
Yeah, people are like, how do you cool down after you train? I'm like,
Go home.
I leave. I go home. Yeah.
I pack my bag.
Yeah. I'm like, no, what kind of stretches do you do? I'm like, I fill my water bottle up. So I have something to drink on the way home. I don't know.
I'm the same. I do mobility work. For me, it has to be separate from my training. Like I'm not in the headspace to do it at the end of training because I'm tired. Like,
Yeah.
and because I'm tired, I'm not going to put as much effort into it as I would if I was going into it fresh. So I like to do mobility completely separate. I can't say I have any favorites because I hate doing it. I do it because I'm supposed to, but it's not a good time.
No.
Super simple one though. I actually just really like hanging, like dead hangs.
Oh, dead
and stuff,
hangs?
like open
Yeah.
up my shoulders.
Underrated for overhead mobility.
Yeah, and it's super easy. Like everyone has something at the gym that they can hang from.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'll strap in if I want to like really stretch, or you can just do dead hangs and work on your grip too. It's kind of multi-purpose.
right.
I haven't done them in a little while because we have a lot going on with my shoulders right now. But like I was doing single arm hangs for a bit there. They're hard. But then it's cool because like you get the stretch and
They
you
are
don't
really
realize
hard.
you don't realize how much your body like wants to rotate too. So actually having to like actively stabilize yourself kind of gets that a little bit of
Look,
like this
spice.
stabilization required
Yeah.
too. Because I mean, same thing. You don't want to just
You're just
you don't
spinning
want
around
to just
all the way.
yeah.
That'll
But
be a
again-
good still shot.
That would be. So yeah, I guess those would be a couple.
What about you, big dog?
Probably the hips. I
Yeah?
like doing 90s.
Oh, yeah, those are
I
good.
just like doing them. Feels good on my back. Feels good on my hips. It's like every session, regardless of what I'm doing, I've got to hit some of those real quick.
Yeah.
And I just feel like those are getting better. And I like seeing, like before, I couldn't like lay down and do them, or like you could do them and then like lift your
up.
body up.
Yeah.
Like I can do that now. And when I first started, I could not. I think I would do it and my whole spine would crack. So like I just like doing them now because I can see the progress that I'm making with something that's like unweight related and just like my body's just moving a little better.
We'll say I'm gonna brag for a second because I can touch my toes now
Holy
without
bucket.
warming up for it. That's a big deal.
Can't do that. I can't do that.
Yes,
Can you
I can
touch
be
your
serious
toes?
something. Yes, I can touch my toes.
If I bend my knees, I can.
Yeah.
Which even
Tension
as a
is-
kid, I couldn't touch my toes.
See, I was the opposite. I was very hypermobile as a young person. And so I think I've let my mobility not go too far the other way, but that's also part of the reason I don't really like stretching is because my joints used to be too mobile.
Yeah.
It was a problem. My shoulders used to dislocate for no reason. Yeah, it's super fun. You should try it sometime.
Say, I've never been mobile. Like even as a kid, I couldn't sit cross-legged. I couldn't touch
Yeah.
my toes, any of that. But I will say the first time and probably the worst injury that I've had in the sport, I had a really severe SI joint injury a few years in. And I can't prove anything, but coincidentally, it was after I was working with a coach for a while, for like 6 months, who was hammering hip mobility.
Yeah.
Like we did a shit ton of hip mobility without really always stabilizing. We got my hips moving quite a bit,
Yeah.
and then I got really hurt. So I think like mobility is important, but doing it the right way and making sure that you're also stabilizing those new end range of motion, to Sarah's
It's-
point earlier, is so important.
It's super important.
Yeah.
Which is why I usually pair up my stretching with doing some kind of like the couch stretch with a split squat. Because you're opening your hips up and then immediately moving blood into it. And it's also a range of motion I have full control over. Science, baby.
Science.
All right, want to do one more round?
Yeah.
questions?
Are we doing serious or silly? Because I've got a pretty good serious one and a silly one.
Can I do two? Because I feel like one of them shouldn't count.
Okay. Yeah. Go ahead.
Want to do your next one?
I think it's your turn.
On Sarah now.
What do you guys want?
Because I just asked the
Serious
stretching
or
one.
serious or silly? I've got one about
Silly. Let's do
breakfast
silly.
food and I've got one about silly.
Yeah, let's do silly.
The boys roast me in this one. So I kind of, part of me wants to do that one, and part of me is like, well, this other one's kind of interesting too.
Okay, do the meaningful ones.
The meaningful ones? Okay. Let's see. What foods are only breakfast foods or never breakfast foods? What is the ideal time to eat a peanut butter and jelly sandwich? This
All
is
day,
a real
every day.
question.
This is
day.
from someone that I work with because we got into a heated debate about breakfast foods the other morning at work.
It's a serious topic.
Yeah.
It
You can
is.
eat breakfast any time of the day. It's like my favorite dinner.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Breakfast foods are allowed 24/7.
Yeah.
That's easy.
But what do you not eat at breakfast?
Dude, I've eaten some weird breakfast.
Yeah.
I don't
Same.
think
I
anything's
can
off
eat
limits.
almost anything.
I think that's a strength athlete
I think
thing.
maybe fish. That's
Fish?
probably like the
I've had salmon for breakfast though.
All right, that's
I
true.
have too.
I can't really think of anything that I wouldn't eat for breakfast. 'Cause like sometimes you just got to make it work.
Yeah.
I got macros to hit, and
Yeah.
whatever I have, I'm gonna eat it.
Or if I have a surplus of something, like after New Year's, I smoked a bunch of burgers at New Year's. I'll bet I ate 12 hamburgers in 3 days.
Dude, breakfast burgers slap.
It was so good.
All you gotta do is put an egg on it. Bomb. Breakfast.
I didn't even put an egg on it. I just
Oh.
put ketchup. I just made cheeseburgers for breakfast.
Dude, that sounds great. Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
And
I guess I
then-
got nothing.
yeah. And then the other one was white milk, or not white, chocolate milk or white monsters.
chocolate milk.
Time and place.
Time and place.
They're both good.
They are both good.
White Monster pre-workout, chocolate milk post-workout. Done.
Done. That's actually the ideal stack.
That's all you need.
That is all you need. Let's see. And then I have one meaningful one, and that's aside from the boys roasting me, all I got. All right, one story where strongman helped you with a real life task. So
Ooh.
something where
that's a
strongman
good one.
carried over into the real world for you.
I can carry all the groceries in one trip.
Yeah. Well, it wasn't that heavy, but she follows me on YouTube and always comments. So thank you, C Breezy. I think that's your name. But I met her at a dog park, and she was like looking at some wood, and she apparently like refurbishes or driftwood and like sells it as art or something.
Yeah.
And she was like eyeing it out, and she's like, "Yeah, I've been wanting to get that, but I just don't know how to get it." I'm like, "Oh, I can take that to your car for you."
Yeah.
So
Just
yeah.
pick it up and carry it.
Picked her up some driftwood and took it to her car, and
Cool.
Yeah.
simple stuff like that.
Yeah, I think carries is where it carries over the
Yeah.
most. Just picking up weird stuff and moving it around in real life. Not to make things sad or melodramatic, but my dog is getting a little bit older, and stairs and big hills
Yeah.
seem to be her arch nemesis. So being strong is nice because, for example, we went down to Ruby Beach last summer, and there's this huge hill. Have you guys been down there? There's a huge hill to get down to the beach. And then obviously you have to come back up the hill. Well, we were already probably 12,000 steps in for the day when we went down the hill. And 12,000 steps when you're a 12-year-old dog is a lot of steps.
Yeah.
So on the way back, she was next to me on the way when we started. And then about 20 yards up the hill, the leash pulled tight because she was all the way behind me. So I had to pick her up and front carry her all the way up the rest of the 100-yard hill.
Yeah. She's a big dog.
She likes to eat just like me. But she's a 70-pound dog, and most women my size, I'm going to venture to say, probably would have a really hard time carrying a 70-pound dog up a hill for 80 yards.
I've actually heard a scary story about that where similar where they went on a hike and someone found a German Shepherd.
Yeah.
Then it was hurt, and they ended up bringing it back and went to the vet. And they're like, yeah, the owner picked it up and was like, yeah, we just left their dog there because they couldn't bring it back from the hike. They didn't have to.
That's so sad.
Yeah.
Yeah. So not to make things sad, but being strong lets me take my dog on all these hikes, because if we go on a hike with big rocks she can't jump over, she's got a little handle on the top of her harness, and I'll literally just pick her up and put her on the rock, and then we keep going.
Yeah,
That's
those
cool.
harness
Yeah.
handles.
Yeah.
Great.
So it allows me to keep giving her a really good life.
Yeah.
So
I'll say I like being strong, but it has unfortunately gotten me roped into helping with a lot of things.
oh yeah, you're the moving friend. Like, hey, I got some pizza.
A lot of moving. I remember the last gym that I worked at, we had a deep cleaning day, and I volunteered. But guess who got to be the one to move all the treadmills?
Oh,
That was a bad time.
Bad time.
So being strong is cool, but also I'm just a girl.
Yeah.
yeah.
All right, one more. I'll say I got a bunch of questions. If I didn't get to your question, I might save it for next time.
Yes.
'Cause we're not going to get through all of them today. But I think this is a good one, a helpful one. Have you ever worked with nutrition coaches, and do you find it beneficial?
You want to go first?
It's beneficial when you follow it. That's all I got to say.
So what has been your experience, and I guess maybe just like difficulties?
Yeah,
with
my
it?
difficulties is I've got a lot of, I think in general, like as a bigger person, it's not always so much just following something. It's a lot of, I don't want to say like past trauma, but like there's a lot of other things than just following something, you know, like if you've had issues with eating your entire life, trying to undo that by hiring a coach to get that and telling them to follow this program, you're not going to undo all of those years and years and years of food relationship problems with that. I think that's more of a mental problem and more of a therapist or more of a dietitian is not going to be able to help you. They're not made to help your mental part of it. They're made to help make your life easier and give you a guideline and, you know, a food map. So that's been my problem so far. Is like I think I've had a great dietitian. One I have followed through in the program, like I have seen results, but you know I get to a certain point where the bad habits sink in, or you know my own issues with things, and so my results can't reflect. I wouldn't want my results to reflect on my dietitian in that way.
It's more complicated than
Yeah, it's a lot more complicated than that. But in the essence, I think, yes, it's very helpful. There's so many things I learned, like macros. I knew nothing about protein. I knew nothing about carbs, nothing about anything, honestly. Absolutely nothing when I started Strongman. I didn't realize how important food was for our workout, for training. And, like, even now, you know, there's, like, I have a heavy session. Like, I know I need to get a lot of carbs this next, you know, week. And going into prep or going into comp, like protein is, yeah, it's important. I'm still going to hit that minimum. But right now, these next couple of days, carbs is going to be the most important thing for me. But like, there's a lot of lessons I've learned from that. But there's just so many other things that I've got to do with my own issues and my own food trauma and my own whatever that I've got to go through before a dietitian will be actually beneficial for me.
That's a good point. Would you like to go next?
Sure. I mean, I'll piggyback off of that. I think when it comes to food, like so much of it is psychological.
Yeah.
Like you're saying. So I'll admit, like I come from a background of having a really bad relationship with food personally. Strongman and lifting is part of what helped me recover from that. But there was a lot of work that I needed to do first to make sure that I was mentally in a space where following a meal plan and having a nutrition coach could be beneficial and didn't regress my mental health when it came to food. So I think a lot of people undervalue how important it is to tackle your headspace first, especially if you have underlying issues with food and eating. That being said, I've had the same nutrition coach since 2021. So I've been with Spencer for about 5 years.
Yeah.
And it's super helpful. I mean, at this point, like I mostly know how to eat. But having someone to do the thinking for me and offload that, like I have a team of a bunch of coaches that I work with. I have, you know, coaches to do my training and my nutrition, and I have like a mental health coach. And like I have so many people on my team who help because they offload all of that from me. They can be objective about things, especially as someone like with weight class hopping and who's had kind of body dysmorphia things in the past, having a nutrition coach that I can talk to and make objective decisions about what we need to do and not decisions based on feeling, I think it has been really important to me. So it's not so much, it's a huge benefit. Like the meal plan itself is super helpful because it means that I don't have to think about it. It takes that mental stress off. But more importantly than that, for me, it's having someone to make objective decisions about what I need because I can't always trust myself to do that.
That's a good point. So I grew up in the South, and I grew up in the South with a family that loves to cook. So every family gathering centered around food, and it centered around really, really good food. My grandpa runs a barbecue catering business, so I grew up eating grilled chicken, barbecue, I mean, the works. And to say that I could put down some food would be an understatement. Like, right, the last few years are the leanest I've ever been because when I was in my early 20s and whatnot, like, I understood protein, carbs, fats, but I didn't track them, and I was way overeating for that entire period, but I was still in my weight class. So to me, it didn't really matter. I was like, oh, it's fine. I'm a little pudgy, not a big deal.
Yeah.
It's also kind of going back on your mental headspace and how things feel. I tend to be an emotional eater, so I would have a bad training day or I'd have a good, and it really didn't matter what kind of training day I had. I was like, you know what?
I deserve a little sweet treat.
I deserve
Treat
Ben
myself.
and yeah. It's Friday. Let's get some Ben and Jerry's. I need the whole pint. And it's like I didn't need to eat a whole pint of Ben and Jerry's, but I would do it because it's good and I like ice cream. And then I got into the fire service, and that is the same way. It's very heavily centered around eating dinner together as a crew, and you know, you have certain nights of your work cycle that are themed around things. Like we had a steak night at one of the places I worked, and I'm not going to lie, I never ate a steak there that didn't weigh at least 12 ounces.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, they were humongous. I mean, they were crazy. And that same crew, ice cream was part of dinner. Like if it was your turn to make dinner, it was whatever you were going to make, you know, tacos, hibachi, whatever, plus ice cream. So when I got into strongman, it went from being, oh, my weight class is 167, 170, whatever, to, oh, it's 160. Now I've got to walk around a lot lighter. So then I had to actually dial in my nutrition quite a bit. So I already had a decent understanding of how to do things.
Yeah.
And over time, I slowly just had to decide for myself that if I really wanted to be good at this, I couldn't eat ice cream 4 times a week. Just boo, so silly. Didn't like, you know, like I never had abs until I started strongman. That's a new thing. But I used,
Crazy.
I know it is crazy. Who would have thought? Peaking at 30.
Well, I think it's though because you had a goal that mattered to you enough to make changes.
And that's hit the nail right on the head. I finally had something that I think a lot of the other goals that I had in strength sports, like I knew that I could accomplish them, but I didn't feel like, I don't know, with strongman, it felt like I finally, if I really tried and put all the pieces together, it was more reasonable for me to do it because I made so many changes. But I did not hire a nutrition coach, mostly because I did not have a lot of money. So instead of hiring a nutrition coach, I got the RP app, which is it Mike Israetel? Is that how you say it? It's his app. And so basically you just put in body weight, your activity levels, a couple of things like that, and it gives you your macros for each meal. And then you just put in, the thing that I really liked about it is that you could put in cooked and uncooked weights for your meats. And so it forced me to start paying more attention to what I was eating and how it affected my training and what my macros should actually look like. Turns out I was eating way too much fat and not enough carbs. Who would have thought? I mean, I knew, but you know.
But you can't really know until you track it and you actually look at the numbers.
Yeah, and then you look at the numbers for the first time and you're like, oh my God, I'm supposed to be eating 75 grams of fat a day and I'm eating 140. Oops.
Close.
That's close. That's close enough.
It's a rounding error.
Yeah. But so I have not used a nutrition coach. I have been very lucky that I have several friends that are dietitians, and the dietitians that I have worked with, you know, I'll tell them what I'm doing, what my macros are, what kind of supplements I'm taking. And they're always giving me the green light to keep pushing forward. But when I started my strongman journey, I want to say I was 24% body fat, somewhere in that range. And the lowest that I have gotten a reading at is 16 and some change, which was what I was at for OSG. And right now I'm 18 and some change. So I've made some, even though I have not used a nutrition coach, I was able to use the app and make some pretty large lifestyle changes when it comes to my nutrition and how I fuel and how I eat. And then on top of that, make some pretty big body composition changes too. So it's pretty cool seeing that happen over the course of several years and just finally deciding, like, hey, like, this is really important to me, so I'm going to do it.
Right.
Yeah.
And then overcoming that, oh, I'm sad I had a bad day, I want ice cream or cookies, or I deserve XYZ because I did that. And I still do that. I just have to do it with different foods now. So now it's, oh, I had a good training day, I'm going to get an extra Rice Krispie treat. Which is, ooh, I know, scandalous.
That is a great feeling, though.
It is.
I can relate.
Yeah. And then figuring out what foods fit into my macros that I still really liked. So I think most people would be appalled if they knew how much bread I ate on a weekly basis.
Carbs are nice, though.
Carbs are so nice. Like at work. So for example, every morning on a training day, I get 2 bagels. And the first time I pulled out 2 bagels at work, everyone looked at me like, Jesus Christ. Anyways.
Some big dog shit.
Yeah, big dog shit. Anyways, I could keep going and talking. but I'm
Perfect
not
perfect
gonna do that.
segue to the next question. I'm sorry,
Okay.
were you?
I was just like the RP app or apps like that are, I think, super valuable for people who like nutrition coaches can be expensive, so it's a
Yeah.
good budget friendly option. Good for people who are self starters and have that kind of self accountability to be able to like. Do you ever struggle with that, like not having someone to hold you accountable? Is that something that you struggle with?
For my food, when I first started, it was a little bit tough because I would want to make something that I really like to eat. And I will also say that outside of the 8 to 12 weeks that I'm in prep mode, I really don't track my food that close because tracking hamburger, steak, and gravy with mashed potatoes doesn't look so good on an app, or chicken pot pie or whatever else. But it helps. I think the biggest thing that kept me accountable for it was knowing that if I missed weight at the show, then I would have to go explain to my coaches, teammates, family that came to see me that I missed weight.
Whoopsie.
It's also one of my favorite jokes. I like walk out from my little weight thing and I'll tell Alec I missed weight. I've done that a couple of times.
I'm sure that goes well.
Yeah, he never panics ever.
No.
It's always funny though. But I think once I finally flipped that switch, because at first it was really easy to be like, oh, one bowl of ice cream with the guys isn't that big of a deal. Or like, oh, like eating this one cookie that this nice family dropped off at the firehouse for us isn't that big deal. Or at my job now, our boss likes to bring us sweet treats or give us candy or stuff. Like, oh, but knowing that if I eat this piece of candy now, I don't get my Rice Krispie treat later, or I don't get 2 sandwiches at dinner, I just get 1 sandwich and a giant pile of ground beef instead. Yeah, great.
Bargaining.
Yeah. So for me, it was not that big of a deal, but I think it was also done slowly over time. I also tend to ease myself into prepping by cleaning up my diet a little bit, and then I start tracking. I will also be honest, I did not track any of my food for this prep.
Oh.
It was an experiment that I didn't tell anybody about.
Surprise.
Surprise, it worked. But what I wanted to see was I knew about how much food I was eating at every meal, so I kept the foods the same from my OSG and ASW prep. So I kept all the food the same. I kept the quantities pretty close to the same. So like I know how much food is supposed to go into each meal. And so I would just make that same amount of food but not weigh it. So it's still pretty close to what my macros should be. Like I don't have big cheat
I'm
meals.
like a little second nature to you now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
especially
It's nice.
if your goal is to maintain in the same weight class, then that's
Yeah.
a really easy thing to do. You figure out what works for you and you just keep doing it.
Yeah, and I've been pretty lucky that I get to maintain, but
It's easy for some people.
for some people, and I will say it's not easy because I still want to make all those really good foods. Like I really like cooking. Do you guys struggle with that too? Like do you guys
I grew up cooking with my dad, so that's
Yeah.
always kind of hard for me. Like I also really enjoy cooking. And that's something that I'll still do like when we go home, but I'm more intentional about it. Like if I
Okay.
go home, I'm going to cook with my dad
Yeah.
because that's family time. And I think for years I wouldn't. Like there's been a lot of times that I wouldn't go home, or I would go home and I would make my own food. And if I'm in prep,
Yeah.
it's different. But I
Yeah.
do try to like allow myself to enjoy those parts
Yeah.
when I can afford to. I think that's really important because that was always like a family thing growing up. But 90% of the time, it's just
the same
it's
foods?
not in line with my goals.
Yeah. But that 10% of the time when you're with your family, it's important to enjoy that time with them.
Yep.
'Cause, like, if your family centers really heavily around food, like my dad's the same way. My dad loves to cook. When I went home for Christmas this year, it was post OSG, so I wasn't cutting weight. And we had this huge get together for my sister's birthday, and we literally grilled stuff all day, and it was a blast. I loved it. So,
Yeah,
do you
find the balance.
find the balance?
All right, you're gonna bring us home with the last question.
Yes. What certifies a big dog? Is it heart, strength, mental fortitude, all combined?
Everybody
Big,
looks at
big
me.
dog.
I think it's the mindset. It's the heart. It's you got to keep showing up. So one of the girls I used to do Olympic weightlifting with, She is coming back from an ACL reconstruction, and that's a pretty major injury to come back from, pretty major surgery to have. And she posted a video recently, and it said, "Big dogs do cry," which, it shows her missing a couple of lifts. But the thing is that you can have a bad day. This is what makes a big dog. You can have a bad day, but you pick yourself up and you keep going and you keep pushing towards whatever that goal is that you have in life.
Yeah.
To me, that's what makes a big dog. Somebody that just keeps showing up and keeps having a positive impact on the other people around them.
Yeah.
That's
I
big
love
dog
that.
activity.
Say, my first thought was someone who sets big goals
Yeah.
and is then unrelenting in pursuing them.
Good stuff.
Regardless of what happens, regardless of setbacks or your environment or anything, I think big dog energy is not accepting any less than the goals that you've set for yourself.
Yeah. I agree with that. I think that all sounds great.
Do you consider yourself a big dog?
Yes, of course.
We're all big dogs.
We're all big
big
dogs.
dogs.
Hence the podcast.
That's right. So, and I know this is a podcast about strongman, but your goals don't have to have anything to do with strongman.
Don't have
Maybe
to do anything with lifting.
no. Maybe you want to be the best artist in the world. Big dog activities is pursuing that relentlessly. Keep painting.
Yeah.
Got this, big dog.
You got this, big dog.
Which makes me kind of want to know. Let us know in the comments what your goal is and what you are working toward currently, even if it has nothing to do with the gym. Because
Yeah.
I want to know what people do. I just always think it's really cool. Anytime someone pursues anything passionately, even if
Yeah.
it's not something that I'm interested in, I'm going to be interested because I just think it's cool. Humans do
You're
cool
super
things.
It
invested in
is.
this,
Yeah.
So, yeah.
It makes me want to be invested.
So I want to listen to it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, tell me about this thing that you're doing, whether it's creating stuff or building or, I don't know, writing a book.
Yeah, let
If
us
you're-
know.
If you're writing a book and you're in the strongman world, I actually would like to hear about that.
Yeah.
It'd be cool to hear if we have some authors
Yeah.
in our world.
Let us know what you're working
Yeah.
on so that we can creep on your lives.
With the eyebrows at the end.
All right. I think that's a wrap for our questions today. Thank you for everyone that
Yes.
Yeah,
submitted
thanks,
questions.
guys.
I know we didn't get to all of them, but last time we talked way too long. So we're
I
going to
think
cut
this
it there.
time we talked
think-
We talked for a
way
while.
too long.
Shit.
So it's fine. So
All right.
let us know kind of what you want to see from us. We have some topics in mind, but if there's things that you'd like to hear us talk about, let us know in the comments. And of course, share, subscribe, all of that stuff to AJ's channel and also mine, even though we're not posting it on my channel. Any final words?
Yeah. Happy Women's Month.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's March.
Yes.
Happy Women's Month.
I didn't know we got a month.
We get 1 month. We get 1 out of 12. That's all we get. And break.